everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to give the 101 on our Tisane Hibiscus Ginger. Now before we begin, I recommend you check out our back catalog of videos, especially the Fundamentals of Tea playlist. What is a Tisane? What is a green tea? What's a black tea? What's an oolong tea? And so forth. Now, Hibiscus Ginger, let me tell you, I love all of our tisanes, otherwise known as our herbals. We sell licorice, which is a very unique flavor. We sell chamomile, lavender, we sell peppermint, all these things. Hibiscus ginger probably is my favorite tisane or my favorite herbal. One of the reasons is hibiscus. Now, my family's from Mexico originally. My parents were born in Mexico. I was born here in the States, in Houston. Agua de Jamaica is a type of aguas frescas, or in other words, like a fresh drink. So they're very common in Mexico and in the Caribbean, where you get other famous ones would be watermelon water, pineapple water, and what they do is they get these fruits, mix them with water, cold brew them, put in some sugar, and you drink them. They're very fresh. So agua de Jamaica is hibiscus flower drink. And so growing up, I would go to Mexico to visit my relatives, and my great aunt, so my grandfather's sisters, would always make this drink when I was really young, 8, 9, 10, and they would serve it in these kind of weird canisters, and I would drink it. And I'd think, this is the weirdest thing, because I'm growing up on Kool-Aid here in the United States in the 80s, and I would drink this, and I was like, wow, this is a weird taste. And Jamaica is a drink that I commonly drink at my favorite Mexican restaurant. So I live in Central Texas, but I go visit my mother, who lives in Houston, and one of our favorite restaurants that we've been to for 30 years sells Jamaica, agua de Jamaica, with a lot of sugar. So I do love Jamaica, and I love ginger. Ginger is something that I love. This is one of the reasons I love Vietnamese food, and I love ginger in general, especially in tea. One of the teas that we might sell seasonally is ginger pu'er. Now, pu'er is a fermented dark tea that is a caffeinated drink. I'll see if I remember to put a banner up here if you're not familiar with pu'er, but pu'er is a probiotic drink. It's got a taste that's very kind of similar to coffee, even though it is a Camellia sinensis drink. It's a tea drink. But we seasonally might sell ginger pu'er, but I love ginger. So hibiscus ginger to me is a great mix. And this drink, this tisane, I love drinking cold. I think even in the winter, I'll drink it cold. And in fact, if you ask Casey, I drink most of my herbals cold. Chamomile lavender is probably the only one I drink warm. I love cold herbals. I'll drink all my tea hot, even if it's 105 degrees in Central Texas. I'm drinking my oolongs hot, but I like my tisanes cold. And hibiscus ginger, to me, the hibiscus flower has this tartness. It's like a refreshing tartness to it. And hibiscus by itself is great. It's very refreshing. Even if you drink agua de Jamaica or hibiscus without putting sugar, which is the way I typically drink it, but even if you drink it like that, but then you throw in the ginger gives it this great kick, like an aftertaste kick that you get from ginger. Now I understand, not everybody likes ginger. Ginger is acquired taste in food and certainly in drink. But for me, hibiscus ginger is great. And we had the option of just selling straight hibiscus, but I felt like hibiscus ginger, it's a great kind of juxtaposition of two flavor profiles that complement themselves really well. Now, if you look at the leaves, because it's not necessarily a leaf, but if you look at the leaves, they have a great redness to it, and when you steep it and look at the liqueur or the color, it's got a very vibrant red because that's the hibiscus flowers. How do you steep it? Like all tisanes, you're going to go, everybody likes it a little different, but you can go full boil, do it 212, and steep it for about 3 minutes. Some people like to do it longer. I do about 3 minutes, and then I do 3 steeps, which means a session. So one session, so you can use a teaspoon of the leaves. If you want it, you can use more. But you do a teaspoon, steep it for 3 minutes, drink the whole cup. Use a kyusu, for example. Drink the whole cup and then pour more hot water, steep it for 3 minutes, drink it again, and so forth. Now, if you want to drink it cold, and I'll feature episodes on the best way to cold press your teas or cold fuse your teas. If you know you want to drink them cold, yeah, you can boil them and then pour them in a canister and then let them get cool and then put them in the fridge. But you're going to get a different flavor profile when you do it that way than when you just cold brew it from the beginning. So what I like to do is I like to get a glass canister, and I'll put a couple of servings or several servings into a bag. You can use an infuser, a glass infuser like the ones we sell, and throw it in that glass jar and put water, preferably filtered or purified water, and leave it overnight in a refrigerator. And so the next morning, it's going to have a smoother taste profile than if you were to steep it in hot water and then let it cool. So if you're planning to drink hibiscus ginger, that's how I would do it. If you're planning to drink it cold, is do it overnight. And then when you're serving it, you can add sugar. Sugar tastes great with hibiscus ginger because the ginger gives a little spiciness, the sugar gives a little sweetness, so you can certainly do that. And as with all tisanes, it's non-caffeinated, so you can drink this drink at night. Guys, I hope this helps. If you've ever had hibiscus or agua de Jamaica, post in the comments. Let me know what your take is on this great tisane. Until next time, take care. God bless.